All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another Music Monday. I'm your host, Plymouth Jones. And today's guest, Paulina Simone.
What's going on, everybody? Plymouth Jones here from ScrewUp TV, and it's time for another Music Monday. All right, and today we have the one, the only Miss
Paulina Simone.
Paulina Simone. Woo! Guys, if you guys have ever seen our channel, then you know that I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, first time I've seen all these episodes are going to include me saying Happy New Year, and then some are going to come out like March. But yeah, so how's life going?
It's been good.
Good.
Just
yeah.
busy.
Staying busy.
Focused. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I know everything. I'm such a stalker.
I know.
I'm a huge fan. I'm a creeper in the back of all the pictures. No, but yeah, Pauline. So local musician. You last year I feel was a really big year for you. You had one of your songs chart, "Family Man," on the local Charlotte charts. That's awesome. That happened in 2019. But where would you say like your musical journey began?
Yeah. So I, in middle school, was doing talent shows.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tony P, which is better known as Phase God here in Charlotte.
Nice.
We performed in the same talent show, and we got like first and second.
That's
and
awesome.
like now February 18th of 2020, we're like doing a big show together.
Whoa.
So that's kind of cool.
You guys have like little parallel careers going. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Do you remember what you did in the talent show?
I was singing and playing guitar with a friend of mine. We did Santeria by Sublime.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Is music in your family? Does it run in your family? Okay.
Yeah, my mom's a singer, dad's a drummer.
Right on. Is that how they
love
met
it.
through music, or?
She owned her own fire restoration business. She's also an artist.
Really?
So yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
he would come in and that's how they met.
Okay. Are they Charlotte locals, or?
Mom's from Nashville. Dad is from Nancy, France.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
You didn't know that?
Your dad's from France?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's French. So is that whole side of the family still out
Yeah,
in France?
grandma, aunt, and uncle. They're not
Really?
still out there, but they were all born out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever visited out there?
Yeah, a few times.
That was-
That was great. I
That's
love
awesome.
it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
so wow. So that's interesting. So you have like the Europe, France cultural background, but you also have Nashville, which is really big in music. I've been to Nashville a few times, and they love their music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom made it pretty big out there actually in
Really?
the 70s. Yeah.
What's your mom's name?
Diane Gilland.
Diane Gillen.
She was on like Billboard and all that good stuff. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
she did it up.
So you grew up. So I mean, you probably didn't really have a chance. Probably from birth, music was kind
Right.
of.
I didn't have a choice.
Very cool. Very cool. What all instruments did your mom play, if any?
My mom does some piano and vocals and a little bit of guitar. Yeah, and my dad plays drums, but I try to do a little bit of ukulele, a little bit of percussion, guitar, vocals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who taught you? Did they teach you music, or did they teach you how to play, or are you self-taught? Or
I'm self-taught, and which is kind of a blessing and a curse because it's like theory isn't my strong suit.
Yeah.
But I've gotten this far,
Yeah.
and it's like, so now I'm taking the time to really,
Go back.
backtrack and learn theory,
Right.
and I'm actually teaching music now,
That's awesome.
vocal lessons and guitar lessons.
Congratulations.
So yeah, teaching myself at the same time, so
Congratulations.
thank you.
Growing up, obviously you had your parents there, but other than your parents, is there anybody who you can point to who you would say were like your musical influences?
Definitely mom was a musical influence. She's always singing,
Yeah.
and I've got the CDs of the songs she used to always sing, so I'll put that on and it's really great. But it's just always been a part of me. There's a photo of me when I was very young singing My Heart Will Go On. That's really the moment where I was like, this is it, because I was like my own biggest critic, even at 6 years old, like, no, I gotta get this right, I gotta get this right.
That's awesome.
And ever since then I've had that same attitude.
Okay, cool. Going more like out of school after the talent shows and everything. When, or maybe you started this during school. At one point did you start like writing your own music?
I started on electric guitar, so I was into solos and stuff. Then was gifted an acoustic guitar. From there, I started singing and playing at the same time, which I learned was a whole different thing, a whole different ball game, and so like got comfortable with that, and then started writing actual songs and stuff.
You definitely have your own sound, and you kind of been so. Through the time I've known you, I've seen you in different kind of genres, for a while. So you kind of blending with some of the hip hop genre, and now so explain to me musically where you were, or like how you went from there to go from, like how did all that transpire?
You remember Sam Green?
Yeah.
We made our own makeshift recording booth in his little in his garage, so that's kind of where like that kind of stuff started, singing over like beats that he was producing, and then was kind of into that. And then I'm really into like bluesy style stuff, so then like I was introduced to like Amy Winehouse years ago, and then kind of fell in love with that, and then the acoustic guitar was introduced and everything. So I like to think I'm pretty well-rounded, and just always coming from the soul, That's really what not one specific genre, but.
So I've seen you like take like you have like a music notebook. I've seen you back in the day, overbeat, taking on, looking at your music notebook and kind of coming up and freestyling music as you felt it.
Yeah.
You're also into poetry a little bit, so like, tell me a little bit about like, is that your usual musical process, or is that something that you like to do to just freely express yourself, or?
Well, that's a good point. I like to write whatever inspires me. Like if I think of even a sentence, like I'll pick up my phone, write that down, and then later, when I am trying to make a song or whatever, it all kind of comes together. And so I'll go and piece and take things from stuff I've already written and build off of it, and and it's never the same. It's never like lyrics first, then guitar, then it's never the same. Sometimes it's
depending on the project.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember the song "Waves" that you did back then. And you did a few versions. So was that one of your first kind of like, this song seems to kind of resonate with people?
Definitely. Yeah.
How was that feeling, realizing that other people were like noticing your talent and like pumping it in their cars, just like jamming to it? Like, how was that kind of feeling?
That was really cool, but I'm my own biggest critic, so when I heard it, it wasn't like
what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, but I was still super elated that they liked it, and they were like, "Why didn't you finish this? Why didn't you?" And I'm like, there was just.
Yeah.
But I still play that song live though now, and I like the way it is live rather than, a produced version, like what you're used to. That one that you know of.
No, I gotta hear it live again. That's awesome. So, I mean, you've been making music for a while. So last year, the big song was Family Man.
Yeah.
Tell me how that happened.
I wanted to write a song that I felt like some of my other songs were too slow and a little boring, so I wanted to test myself and see if I could get a nice guitar riff that had some nice transition, maybe a little bit of minors in there. It was just a thing going on in my head. Like I want it to be fast, be pretty upbeat, but also have some minor chords, and also like transition well and be impressive as far as it's not easy necessarily. So that I wanted to push myself, and then it kind of just became after I came up with this cool riff. Like
it's cool.
It just
what is it about minor chords? Like I love minor. I'm not like you can use, but like
you just feel them so much more, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it strikes the chord.
Exactly.
So when you piece it together and recorded it finally, what did you know that you had something there at that point?
Yes. So a good friend of mine, Roger Hodges, produced that song. He he's primarily kind of like a country guy, and so I worried how that was going to translate. You know, how if the mood of Family Man would change once I got in the studio and it was produced. I just worried, no matter who produced it, I just worried that it would change. And yeah, and I think it did a little bit. Although everyone else, you know, hears it and they're like, "Oh, cool." But to me, it's like deep down. But maybe that's just me, like beating myself up. I don't know.
I mean, personally, like, I'm a fan of music. If I hear live music, I have to dance. You know, and there's almost, to me, there's no real replacement, I think, for live music. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of live music. But which is why I think what, you know, Light Song is like, their purpose is to try to capture that live feel. And I think for most of us who don't necessarily know like what that difference is between live and recorded, I think it's that soul that's missing.
Definitely.
You feel that presence, and then you know, when you're performing live, you feed off the audience and whatnot, and they feed off, and you guys are having that moment together, and you know, that's not. Yeah,
it's this unspoken sort of like vibe. Yeah.
I love it, absolutely. So Family Man did pretty well. Started charting. How's that when you saw your song in Charlotte's a big city?
Yeah.
You know, Charlotte's a big city. How did you feel seeing that your song was charting in the top 10?
I was very happy. You know, it charted on Indie Charlotte, which is sort of a newer thing. So not knocking, you know, the accomplishment at all, but to me, I was just like, you know, like it just motivated me to
keep pushing.
Yeah, and From Here actually charted on that site as well.
Yeah.
Number 17, I think it was.
Awesome.
So.
Well, let's talk about. So you had Family Man was a big hit single, and then pretty soon after you transferred it to From Here.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Jason Jett actually produced that song.
What?
Yeah. So no, but him and I got in the studio together. And I wanted to record that song, obviously, but he got on his keyboard and added a totally different element, and just kind of, it just all came together. But yeah, I wanted to. So Family Man was lively and stuff, but my roots are, I think, bluesy and kind of, you know, the real nitty gritty, sad, you know, type stuff. So
I love it. I mean, and all your songs definitely, you know, have that vibe to it, have like a soul to it. So I mean, okay, I know you get this question all the time.
What's that? It's okay.
When are you gonna put together a project? When are we gonna EP?
Next, yeah. Well, I've got a couple new singles ready, so it's like, do I want to just drop singles or do I just want to do like a 4-song EP? I have found that when you put out like a larger body of stuff, like it doesn't get as much.
Not in today's world. It's because, like, if I see somebody drop something with 4 tracks on, I'm like, I can listen to that on a drive somewhere. You know? If I see it has 20 tracks, you know, you gotta commit to that. That's like 3 days of committing. And even like some of the most popular people, you're like, that's a lot. It's a big ask.
Right.
So I mean,
and then one song's not enough at the same time. Yeah. So
4 songs. I mean, if Paulina drops 4 songs, you guys need to be thankful. All right, y'all need to be thankful. I'm so no. Well, that's and are you? I mean, so if you do a project, you know, are you? Do you have like a title in mind, or are you still kind of playing with ideas?
I've got a few different ideas actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Really
but,
cool. What's the year looking like? You have shows lined up, or?
Yes. Going back to Phase God or Tony, him and I have a show February 18th at Snug Harbor.
Right on.
Thank you. And January 25th, we're going to be doing something at Skylark with a bunch of bigger bands. I'm going to have Walt Boston. He's a pretty well-known drummer around here. We're really good friends, and him and I kind of just like mesh when it comes to live stuff. So, and he really brings a an energy to my set. So I bring him out to bigger stuff like that, and we're gonna have a good time there. And a lot of shows coming up. So.
All right, Paulina, I love you. I love everything that you do.
Love you.
And you're such a great talent. I can't wait to see you just keep on climbing.
Thank you.
This stuff. Absolutely. Paulina, can you tell the good people again where they can find you?
Find me on Spotify, iTunes, and then if we're talking Instagram, it'll be Paulina Simone 19.
All right, guys. And as always, guys, you guys can find me at Plymouth Jones, at ScrewUp TV. Make sure you guys stay tuned after the show for a quick clip from here, and make sure you stay tuned to Light and Song on Friday at noon for the full video. That's all we have for you guys today. Until next time, we are out of here.
That was not planned, I swear.
Yeah.